Hello and welcome back to All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris. I am your host. And when we went to break, I told you that my next segment, we would have the former mayor of Oakland, Mayor Elihu Harris, and we're going to talk about the results of the election. I tell you, this has been an exciting time. Mayor Harris, welcome back to All About Community.
Robert, it's good to be back.
Yeah, I know, because we've had an election.
Yes.
Weren't you excited about the election?
No. I wasn't excited about the election because there was so many candidates. It was hard to focus. The issues were very clear, but trying to really get a handle on each of the candidates, their past, more important, their plans for the future, I thought was very challenging for voters.
Well, let's just go down the list and let's talk about first the mayor of Oakland's race. You have any assessment of the new mayor of Oakland? Any thoughts, any advice? Yeah. Well, since as a former mayor, you always got advice.
Well, I first met her when she was a student at Merritt College when I was chancellor of the Peralta Community College District, and she got the Chancellor's Award. She's very aggressive, very ambitious, and quite frankly, very committed to public service. She left Merritt College, went to the University of California, graduated, became chief of staff to Rebecca Kaplan, then ultimately 3 years into her term as the council member from District 4, ran for mayor and was elected. So ambition is clearly her signature mark. Question is, what is she going to do once she's elected? That's going to be the challenge.
Yeah, what about, let's talk about public safety. What do you think is going to be her biggest challenge concerning public safety?
Well, first of all, getting the police back focused on community policing and serving the public. You know, the police have been a little angry because of the things like Black Lives Matter and other protests that they saw as anti-police. So they've been very reluctant to really get involved in any new or progressive agendas. So I think she's going to have to really get the police to focus on problem solving, and crime prevention, and get the community re-engaged, partnering with the police to make Oakland a safer city.
I remember back when you were mayor of Oakland, you had a slogan, if I recall correctly, something, "We mean clean."
Yes.
Now, cleaning up the streets of Oakland, that seems to me has to be a high priority of the new mayor. What should this new mayor do to make certain that our streets are once again clean? Because at the moment, they are just filthy.
First of all, get the public works people back to work.
What do you mean get them back to work?
They stopped during the pandemic. They don't want to work. They say it's not safe. There's problems in the community. There's danger. There's crime. All these things. They are not cleaning the streets. I believe if you got to put it out to bid, you got to get the streets clean. That is fundamentally important. If the public workers don't want to come back and do their job, I think you got to get somebody else to do it. I think that's an obligation. You got to have the streets clean. You got to get rid of the graffiti. You have to get rid of the illegal dump sites, because Oakland is a reflection of its dirt, its grime, and we want to make sure Oakland is a clean city. And we mean clean. It's got to be more than a euphemism. It's got to be the reality of our city.
So you said that the main challenge there is getting the street people back to work.
They got to get back to work. You see all the street corners filled with graffiti and debris,
right,
because they don't pick it up. We used to have illegal dump sites cleaned within 24 hours. We used to have graffiti removed within 24 hours. You got to get back to a community standard of cleanliness. If it's dirty, it's got to be cleaned up. You leave it looking dirty, it's dirtier, because people think that's the standard rather than a clean standard. So I think you really got to be very emphatic about cleaning up our streets, cleaning up our neighborhoods, and making sure that people feel they live in a city where cleanliness is important, emphasized, and enforced.
Now, what about homelessness, which seems to be just an enormous problem?
And it's growing.
And growing.
The rents are high. Quite frankly, the problem has been somewhat disguised because of all the federal money and state money that's come in to try to get people off the streets temporarily into shelters. That money's drying up. What's going to happen when all that money is gone and these SROs begin turning these people back out into the streets? That's going to be a serious challenge, if not a crisis, that's going to be even greater than it is now. We got to do something about these encampments. Over 140 encampments in the city of Oakland. People are sleeping in doorways, sleeping in commercial buildings, sleeping on parks. We've got to make sure that people, A, are in safe environments, B, that they're not going to be spilling over into the neighborhoods, destroying the quality of life of people living in surrounding neighborhoods. It's got to be a matter of peaceful coexistence. We don't want to ignore or treat the people who are homeless in an inappropriate, inhumane way. By the same token, there has to be a sense of balance between the rights of those who are living in their shelters and in their homes and those who are, quite frankly, without shelters or homes. Until we get that balance, we're going to continue to have this spillover, this resentment, this NIMBYism that keeps us from really dealing with this program and this problem in a realistic way.
What is the new mayor going to have to do about these potholes and street paving and stuff? Matter of fact, my wife and myself as well, we have spent about $4,000 in the last couple of years as a result of our tires hitting potholes. Right. I mean, that's outrageous.
And there's money being provided by the voters to do it.
I know, and that's what makes it more outrageous.
There's got to be a strategy, Robert. There's got to be a strategy that says, where are the places where these problems can be dealt with quickly? We used to go and fill them up almost every day. We would have a crew that would go out, throw dirt, asphalt, go over it, just to make sure the potholes were filled, because rain, anything can take a nick out of the roadway. And as you can, and the damage done to your car far outweighs the cost of repair. So I think we really ought to have a strategy that says, when a pothole is identified, we'll send a crew out there within 24 hours, at least fill it with dirt, something temporary that at least will get your car from being broken down, your axle, all those kind of repairs that, quite frankly, just destroy your spirit and your car.
Well, I'm in favor of that. Within 24 hours, send somebody out there to deal with that pothole problem. That is our former mayor. I tell you, maybe we should go back and get you as mayor again.
I've served my time.
We're going to have to go to break, so don't touch that remote. We will be right back with All About Community. My name is Robert L. Harris, and my guest is Elihu Harris, former mayor, City of Oakland.
The world can be yours. Our goal at AutoPro Consultants is to provide effective solutions designed to boost your business for the global market. It doesn't matter how large or small your company is. Let us tailor a quality system to fit your business needs to assure your company has a competitive edge in the global market. With our 100% success rate, we guarantee we can make it happen for you.
The holidays come to life in Oakland.
Celebrate with friends, food, and shopping.
It's all here, Oakland for the holidays.
Give the gift of elevated living. Dorian Webb is Oakland for the holiday.
Set the season with Taylor J. We are Oakland for the holiday.
Capture the moment with Images by Antar. We're Oakland for the holiday.
Come out, shop, and celebrate the season.
Support the businesses that support our community.
We are Oakland for the holidays.
Hello and welcome back to All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris, and when we went to break, I was talking with the former mayor of this great city of Oakland, Elihu Harris, who has some outstanding comments to make. And Mayor Harris, we elected for the first time in the history of Alameda County a black person as the district attorney. Any thoughts about the new district attorney, who is Pamela Price, and some of the challenges that she may be facing?
I think the biggest challenge that District Attorney Price is going to have is finding the balance between social justice and dealing with violent crime. Those things are often juxtaposed, because we have people who, quite frankly, do not respect the law, who don't even deserve a second chance, because they've been doing these things for sometimes decades. And we have to get away from the acceptance of violence. We're not going to